to be. That gives you 24/7 sweat and odor protection. And it goes on clear. Hey, whoa. You don't want to wear Martian on a big day. Congrats.
So guys, it's May the 30th, the 31st actually. It's May the 31st of 2024. And it's Friday, May the 31st, 2024. Craig, you're never going to get in trouble like that. I don't know why he thinks he's going to get in trouble. Doing the right thing and get out of trouble doing the wrong thing. I don't know why he thinks it works. Yeah, my second phone, I'm using, I'm video recording right now on my smartphone, my first phone. Well, I have two smartphones, but this one. All right, I'll call you back. Just tell him he's not going to get out of trouble. He's going to have to see me very soon. I'm going to send him back to Eden, New York, right away, okay? He's in a lot of trouble. I'm the only one who's going to be able to help him out as much as possible. Trust me, he's going to have to let go. He messed up. Okay, so, the biometrics, the biometric system at the Central Intelligence Agency headquarters. The Central Intelligence, hold on. Biometrics system at the CIA headquarters. It will be able to easily identify that I am actually Shawn Dexter John, and that I am Shawn Dexter John, and that I was born in the Eastern Caribbean. I am American by citizenship and nurture, and that I grew up here in the United States of America. Once again, I grew up here in the United States of America, and I need you guys to accept that as a fact. And yeah, these are monologues for the most part. There's no one else speaking back to me when I'm making these video recordings, when I'm communicating these information or information material to you guys. Okay? Via the video recordings, and naturally my intellectual exposition, my intellectual writings. Okay? Essentially, they're all monologue in effect, in nature. You know, I say, well, intellectual writings, are they monologues? Well, not necessarily, but technically they are. You know, especially when there's no sort of dialogue or no sort of conversation, back and forth conversation between multiple parties within the particular writing. So once again, I want you guys to be able to accept that, okay? When I say that I'm providing monologues to you guys via these video recordings while I'm communicating, is that I am the only one speaking, and I am the only one providing the information to you guys regarding that particular video recording. Okay? And when I say that my intellectual writings are monologue or monologue-like, I am not speaking in any sort of abstract form, or I'm not misinformed on what a monologue is. Sometimes a monologue is vocalized and sometimes it's transcribed. But essentially, all intellectual writings are monologue or monologue type. Even the ones documenting correspondences or dialogues between multiple parties. The publication effort itself is a monologue in nature. That's what, so you guys understand what I'm saying. You guys shouldn't be confused as to what I'm saying at all. I am speaking in common sense terms, even though I'm often technical when I'm writing, when I provide my communication in transcribed form, in intellectual writing form. I'm often technical in using legal terms. Naturally, that's part of the nature of legalism and jurisprudential studies or jurisprudential relations or jurisprudential education. That's just part of it. But anyway, I am speaking in commonsensical terms when I provide information to you guys via these video recordings, and especially when I have everyday conversations with folks. I speak in commonsensical terms, and I'm not always technical. When I'm having an everyday conversation, I'm speaking like an ordinary person with everyone else. So so I haven't provided anything to you guys that sounds outrageous in its communication, other than some of the content. Some of the content. If it's declassified information, naturally it's going to sound bizarre at times or obscure. That's the nature of top secret information here in the United States and elsewhere. It cannot be revealed that there are extraterrestrial forces outside this planet who are still, hovering this planet, and some might be here on this planet. It's not commonsensical to most people that God is from a higher universe or from a higher dimension that's above Earth and outer space itself, and not in the sky, not in the superficial sense of sky, not in the clouds per se. Okay, so I do understand that folks initially will say that, well, he might be schizophrenic if he's not who he says he is. But he's going to prove by the end of June 2024, he's going to prove that he is who he says he is. That's what folks will say to you guys, the folks working with the Central Intelligence Agency and NSA, or NASA, or even the Space Force and some of these other agencies, NASA and the Space Force. Okay? They will say to you guys, this is what they're going to say to you guys. They're going to say to you guys, well, it's very plausible. They're going to say to you guys that it's very plausible that I am who I say I am, in being Jesus Christ, God himself. They're going to say, well, it's plausible, but if things don't pan out the way that he says things are going to pan out, we're just going to have to believe that he was schizophrenic, and that's all there is to this particular matter. And yes, and this is the truth. When we did create NASA, meaning the space agency of the federal government of the United States. Essentially, it's contracted. Well, it was contracted, but it is a federal agency at this particular point, officially, in every sort of definition of the term. But anyway, we did have NASA Bahamas in mind, the folks in heaven. It's a coded inference. Cape Canaveral is near enough to Nassau, Bahamas, to be able to articulate this as competent enough to be somewhat true to a higher dimensional force. So South Florida and the South Florida regional area will have a lot of aeronautical activity, space activity per se. Not just Cape Canaveral, but that area, the Bahamas itself, Nassau, that area itself. Okay, we're going to have a lot of space aeronautical development activities over the next half century, and beyond. And immediately also, we did allow folks from Antigua and Barbuda to be able to travel into suborbital space. It's not because people are leaving the planet for another world, because this is the end of the world. This is not the end of the world. And no one is leaving this planet for another world. No person born of Earth is actually going to leave this planet for another world. These folks were just joking around, or they were under brainwashing techniques when they actually believed that. But anyway, we did have some folks travel to suborbital space from Antigua and Barbuda, contracted with Virgin, the British company owned by the British millionaire. All I was communicating with that particular effort, I designed that play. I actually ordered it. All I was saying to everyone is that, stop. The whole world will be able to participate in aeronautics and space development and all of that. The whole planet, the whole globe. Okay? So, but anyway. Heaven is not in space. Heaven is not in outer space. It's just not. There are other planets with modern civilization, and there are species, roaming the universe who appear to be so advanced. You guys just have to believe that they are from some sort of heaven-like civilization. They are essentially, I'm telling you, they are from my civilization, from the higher universe, logged into android bodies that look very scary, just to keep you guys as clueless as possible until you guys have earned finding out what you guys need to know. The higher universe is above this dimension of Earth and outer space. Okay? And the higher universe is where heightened heaven is. And the second dimension is still technically part of this universe and governing this universe where I am, where I'm dreaming from as my intermediary body. I am dreaming from both the high universe and the second dimension into Earth, into my human body that I created for myself for security purposes, so that I would never be at risk of anything having to do with unconsciousness or anything that resembles death at all. It's a security detail. And it's unbreachable at this particular point, and I have all of the high universe, supporting me, so I know that any sort of threat to my family dreaming into this world with me from the second dimension is already gone. It's gone now. Okay? But anyway, the second dimension, it's part of this universe, but it's above Earth and space. It's a hidden dimension right above the coordinates of the Polaris constellation. It's right above. Its coordinate itself is right above the coordinate of the North Star, the Star of David, Polaris constellation and its center. Okay? It's above Earth and outer space. Okay? That's what I meant by that. Right above it. Okay? That's what I covered up. Right above it. So, I don't want you guys to be alarmed. This is the second coming of Jesus Christ, in all honesty, and I'm going to announce this to the world as Khaled Sundiata Hassan when I'm elected world president, without actually saying it on television or on the internet. Interpol agents and CIA agents in the Church of Jesus Christ of the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints, and no, I want you guys. Okay, listen. I'm gonna have to kill this thing. Listen, Barack Obama is not Allah. He is the reincarnated Prophet Muhammad. He's just a tribal son of mine. Krishna is not God over Hinduism. Okay? Moses is not God over Judaism. They're just my tribal sons. No group on this planet will be called Mohammedans. No group on this planet will be called Mohammedans. There is no conquering the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There's no saying that we heard Shawn, Dexter, John say that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is now Barack Obama's church. No, it's not. Young man, middle-aged man, move on with your fucking life. Kamala Harris is gone. She's preparing to leave you for good. Prepare to move on with your life. Move on with Michelle Obama. You humble yourself. Keep your two daughters with you. Kendall will stay in contact with you. You go on with your fucking life, okay? I'm going to prescribe you your commission, and you're going to work hard on it. And when I see you from time to time, you're going to humble yourself and accept who I am. Okay? When I say something, I mean something. Don't be fooled by this young avatar. Okay? I'm warning you. You humble yourself. So anyway, I'm gonna write a work paper today, and it's gonna be on. I'm gonna author it today. I'm gonna have it published today, and it's gonna be on one of the amendments of the United States Constitution. I recently authored and published Legal and Political Tenets on the 11th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. So I'm going to follow from that particular point. I'm going to skip a few amendments naturally within the process. I'm only going to write on a few more, within a handful, obviously. So some of the amendments are a bit more procedural. I don't need to touch too much on that. But anyway, I'm gonna have to get back to what I was speaking about earlier. Mitt Romney is a reincarnated Joseph Smith. Mitt Romney is reincarnated Joseph Smith. He's not Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints. He's just the reincarnated son of Jesus Christ, me. I am Jesus Christ. Mitt Romney is the reincarnated son of mine. Don't try to misinterpret that. Don't say that he said it in a way that is interpretable toward our happiness. No more of that. It's time to grow up. It's time to grow up, guys. How could Mitt Romney possibly have been Jesus Christ? How could Joseph Smith? This is the truth. I saw a lot of hell coming from Barack Obama. Okay, he was my son when he was Ishmael. Moses, Nelson Mandela, was my son when he was Joshua. Not Joshua. Not Joshua. Hold on. I said the wrong name. When he was Jacob, okay? I want you guys to know that again. I'm just messing with Barack Obama's mind. I'm telling him, don't ever say that I said this is in this email and blah, blah, blah. Once again, Barack Obama was my son when he was Ishmael. I am Abraham. I am Brahma. Okay? I want you guys to accept that. When I say okay, I'm not implying that you guys can believe whatever the hell you guys choose to believe in instead. Moses, Nelson Mandela, was my son when he was Jacob, when I was Abraham. He reincarnated and he became Moses. Ishmael reincarnated, obviously later on, and he became the Prophet Muhammad. I am Abraham. I am Brahma. It's not a coincidence. I am Buddha. That's not a coincidence. I am Yahweh. That's not a coincidence. I am Jesus Christ. Allah, God. I want you guys to accept that. Time to humble yourselves. My name was Joshua in Aramaic. Joshua, Yeshua in Aramaic when I was in Nazareth 2,000 years ago, 2 millennia ago. When I died on the cross, my name was Yeshua. Okay? And in Greek, it was Yeshua, Jesus. Okay? And I did that on purpose just to make sure that my name correlated with my name as Zeus. I am Zeus Christ. I was Zeus Christi. God over all of Europe. The conquest of Europe and a colony set up in Europe from Europa, a planet out there that's covered by the moon here in the solar system called Europa. Okay? I am Zeus Christi, Jesus Christ. I want you guys to accept that. Got it? Now you guys understand. And in all honesty, yes, I am Joseph, the first pharaoh of Egypt, the kingdom of Egypt. That's the secret in Masonry. I was the slave who was in prison for 7 years, who wrote the Torah. That was me, God, Abraham reincarnated. In the Bible, we cover it off with Joseph being one of the most powerful pharaohs in Egyptian lore, in Egyptian history in actuality. And my secondary name was Imhotep, the architect of the universe, the architect of the Egyptian skyscrapers. That was my alias. Okay? I am Joseph, Imhotep, Amun-Ra. Do you guys understand? Okay? We lie in the Bibles. There's only one Bible. I want you guys to know that. There's only one Bible. We provide white lies in the Bible, here and there, just to keep top secret until it's time to reveal it. We lie in some of the science books to keep top secret what is top secret until it needs to be revealed. There aren't galaxies out there in this universe. There are galaxies in the highest universe. And these galaxies, they become independent and sovereign into new universes. Okay? Which never offend the original universe that's still up there with the most celestials, the most ancient of celestials. Okay? That's top secret, temporarily being declassified. Okay? I want you guys to accept that also. Before I was Pharaoh, Joseph, Pharaoh, Egypt was just a small confederation of villages. It was not a kingdom, it was not an empire. Okay? I turned it into a kingdom. All right, into a confederation of tribal states, which at one point included Nubia. I am the first Pharaoh of Nubia who conquered Egypt and revealed that I had reincarnated as a dark-skinned Sudanese to conquer Egypt, to tell the story that everyone on this planet is of one human family. I had to conquer my own kingdom, Egypt, and I was the first Pharaoh of Nubia, the Kush. Okay, the Nubians, the Kush. It was a territory, an associate state itself, somewhat, of Egypt. Egypt was a kingdom of tribal states. Okay, and I conquered it, and I served as Pharaoh, Sudanese Pharaoh, Black Pharaoh, for 100 years. Okay, and I just acted as if there were multiple pharaohs, Black Pharaohs. It was just me. It was just me with various aliases. It was just me. Okay.